and he doesn't declare emergency order. We have spent about $3 or $4 billion easily in our own tax dollars on border security. And we'll send you a bill. If you can get the Congress to pay it, then we can work on the wall, the fence. It's really a fence. I mean, it's called a wall, but it's a fence. Look, it's a real crisis. It's not a manufactured crisis. We've apprehended last year 500,000 people crossing the border illegally from San Diego to Brownsville. About 300,000 of those were in Texas. And of those, most came through that Falcon Lake to Brownsville, Rio Grande Valley area. It's the criminal element, it's the drugs, but it's also the economics of it. We cannot afford to educate and medicate the whole world. Today, about 1 out of every 5 of our 5 million students in Texas schools are not proficient in English. And that's a cost of the system, our healthcare system. And we need to look at it on the humanitarian side. No one should have to die coming to our country. You know, we pick up dead bodies every year. Brooks County, 40 bodies last year or so, hundreds over the last several years. Women are sexually assaulted coming here. People suffocate in the back of an 18-wheeler. The Republicans and Democrats in Washington need to pass legal immigration reform so people can come here in dignity and not live in the shadows. And so it's all part of that equation. It's the criminal element, it's the economic element, and it's the humanitarian element. I can promise you, all those people that are trying to come to this country illegally would much rather come through a legal port of entry, pay X number of dollars, and come here with with a legal card that gets into the country. And I blame both parties over a long period of time in Washington for not acting. And that's why we have the situation we have. And so we need to do the right thing.
Lieutenant Governor,
yes.
It's National School Choice Week. What do you think is possible this session in that movement?
Well, look, we passed a bill twice. The Senate last session, it stalled in the House. Our bill last session focused on children with disabilities. Mm-hmm. Our schools, look, many of our schools do a great job with children with disabilities. In fact, I've been on the board of being an Angel, now I guess board emeritus. I've raised, I'm told, over $15 million for children with disabilities. And many of our schools like T.H. Rogers do an incredible job with children with disabilities, but not every school is equipped and has the teachers to deal with certain disabilities. So at a minimum, a parent with a child with a disability who can't afford a private option shouldn't be locked into a school that can't help them. It's not the school's fault. Not every teacher is equipped to do that. And so that was the bill that we passed, and I think there's support for that. We'll see what happens. But that's just kind of having a heart. To tell a parent who has a child who is wheelchair bound or not verbal or has some other issue, even severe dyslexia, and the school can't help. And again, it's not the school's fault. Some schools are great at it, but not every school has those teachers trained to do that. And those parents, I believe, should have that option. And again, I think it's a hard issue. I know it because I've been on that board since 1988. Mm-hmm. I've met with a lot of these families, and so.
So you think that'll happen again out of the Senate?
We'll see. We'll see. It's a long session. I've got to get on the floor. So thank you all. Appreciate it. Okay.